Hey everyone, welcome to this video for the Computer Engineering Kit. So in this video, we are going to be covering exercise 5, which is our finale exercise that is going to combine all previous lessons. So feel free to pull out that instruction sheet to follow along. So just as a recap, exercise 1 should have taught you about Python objects and how you can use them to call methods. Exercise 2 was about for loops and how they can be used to run a block of code however many times you want, which cut down the number of lines that a program has. Exercise 3 covered functions, and exercise 4 was about conditionals in Python. Now, this is not an exhaustive list of everything that Python has to offer, but think of Artie as a small step in your computer engineering future. Now let's go and try this out with Artie. So to get started, I found my way to the Python page while using Artie's Wi-Fi, and I'm going to erase lines 5 through 8. On your instruction sheet is a function called drawShape, and I'm going to run through the construction of it. First, we need our function definition. So we need the keyword def, followed by the name of the function. And in the parentheses, I'm going to put a parameter called num of sides. Now, my idea or vision for this function is that based on the number that is sent in as an argument, Artie will draw the shape corresponding to that number of sides. I think I want to have it draw a triangle, a square, a hexagon, and an octagon. The hash mark allows me to put comments in my code. Comments do not run. They are just used to organize and clarify parts of code that may be a little confusing. Now I have to think about how to have a hexagon be drawn only when 6 is passed in. Now this is just one case, but it'll help you figure out the rest of the structure. I don't want all shapes to be drawn every time the function is called. This is where a conditional statement would be useful. They will allow for decision making at runtime. The if statement should include the keyword if, and then the conditional statement. Since the function is dependent on what value is sent in through the parameter, I will check if num of sides is equal to 3 for the triangle, 4 for the square, 6 for the hexagon, and 8 for the octagon. So we have the basic structure of our program. Now we just need to include the actual drawing of each shape. I could do something like this to draw a triangle, but that's really repetitive. This is where our for loop knowledge comes in. We can draw each shape using a for loop that will run however many sides that we need. If I put these two lines inside of the for loop that will run 3 times, it will still draw a triangle. If you can remember what we did back in exercise 2, this should be very familiar to you. Now I'm just going to put the rest of these into loops as well. And now we're done. Our finale function is complete. So now if I call drawShape and pass in the argument 6, it should find the conditional that we want and draw the hexagon. Thank you for watching these videos and following along with the exercises. I hope you were able to learn something new and maybe even find a new interest in computer programming or engineering. Bye!